It's 94.7 Blair Radio, BlairRadio.com's local guest segments, brought to us by Turnkey Nerds, 402-426-NERD. If you've missed any of our conversations, you can always go to our website, BlairRadio.com, and watch, listen at your leisure. And we have Cassie with Campbell-Aman, and we were just talking about, paperwork.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that is a fact of a funeral process, is a lot of paperwork. So, but one way to do it, like you were saying, like one of the final gifts you can give is being prepared.
Yes.
If somebody wants to learn about that process, and is there, where would they go? Where would they start?
Yeah. So one of those many hats that I wear is being our pre-arrangement specialist. So one of the things that we have coming up that we try to do at least twice a year, and then we do throw a couple other ones in there, is our pre-planning or advanced planning workshops. So we have one of those coming up this spring. It's actually March 29th, so the last Wednesday of the month. It's at 5 o'clock at the funeral home. We'll have some light refreshments, and it's basically we're having a big group meeting to go over, just kind of run through options.
Right.
So with funerals, there are so many options. The first one, burial or cremation, and then once you kind of decide from there, the options, I mean, they're endless because it's completely your choice.
Yeah.
So we kind of run through a lot of that, what the pricing is. We've found that people want to know what the current price is. That's what a lot of people want to know. Like, we can write down on paper all the things that we think we want, but what people want to know is the price.
Yeah. What's the bottom line?
Yes, exactly. So that's what we go over. We go over, what your options are, and then what the price is along with those options. So when you walk out of that meeting, you know what a current funeral would cost at today's pricing. That's what it would be. It gives people just a place to get started a lot of times, a little bit of peace of mind. Rough estimates always help. But at any time, I'm always able to meet with families. I typically am there in the office, but I am out of the office on Tuesdays with having young kids and just being busy all the time.
Yeah.
We're in and out a lot. So appointments are always best, but you can reach us anytime at the funeral home. If I'm not there, we do have an answering service, which is great, and they do a wonderful job of getting in touch with us. So, I mean, I'm there all the time.
And then you have a website, obviously.
Yep, absolutely. So our website is Campbell-Aman.com. Nice and easy there. Yeah. And there's lots of information on our website. There's pre-planning forms and guides that you can complete on our website. You can always send us an email asking for things to be sent in the mail. You can stop by the funeral home to pick up packets of that information. We also have a pretty good Facebook page, if I do say so myself. We try to keep it updated. But we have, different information on there. We try to put our events on there. All of our obituaries also go to our Facebook page as well. So there's lots of different ways to get in touch with us. And then we're always welcome. You're always welcome to stop in and ask us a question as well.
Call, set up an appointment, and ask questions.
Yep, absolutely. But so our biggest one is our pre-planning workshop coming up here at the end of the month. We do ask for people to give us a call because we try to keep it around 20 people, just so that we can make sure that we have time to walk around and help people. When we get too many in there, then it's, no one wants to sit around and wait forever.
Right. Yeah.
So we try to keep it limited to about 20 people. We do also offer those with funeral homes. I say I am the one that goes out and does these. So I've done them with the Catholic Church at St. Francis Borgia. We've done different stuff, going to different churches to do kind of like these little pre-arrangement seminars. So just to get people started, get people an idea. There's no pressure on that you have to prepay. There's no pressure on you have to write things down. You can come and just sit and listen. It's completely up to you. It's just helping get that information out there. So if people have questions, we can help them. That's
right. And something like bonus for pre-planning is you lock in a price probably. Right?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. So
things keep going up, don't they?
Yes, they do, constantly. We used to see that our pricing would only go up maybe once a year. And then with COVID and all the effects on that, unfortunately, we never know what's going to happen. It can change month to month. So we're constantly having to just reevaluate those things. So locking in the price, with prepayment becomes that price is guaranteed. So that's really the really big benefit for people that do prearrange is, if the casket today costs $3,000, that casket, when you didn't need it in 20 years, that price was guaranteed at $3,000.
Right.
So that's a huge thing for families, is to guarantee the price and lock it in. So not only is it prearranged, it's taken care of. We know what mom wants, but it's prepaid. It takes away all of that financial stress too.
And then you were talking about life insurance through the funeral home.
Yep. So
can you tie that into the funeral somehow?
Yeah. So we work with a company called Homesteaders. There's a couple different ones out there. So what they do is they're able to guarantee exactly what I send in. So if I tell them our funeral services today cost this much, we picked out this casket, and prearranged for those items, the insurance company, Homesteaders, they write up whatever it is that I send them.
Okay.
So that's where that benefit of prearranging and prepayment comes in. The policy grows in interest to cover inflation. So different things like death certificates. Death certificates are one thing that go up in price, and you never know what they are. Right now they're $16 a piece, but who knows what they'll be in? Yeah. It could be in a year. Who knows what they'll be?
And then you have to have official copies, like a bunch of them.
Yep.
So.
And things change constantly. So those policies do grow in interest, and that helps to cover those different costs that we don't know. There's a lot of things that we can guarantee, but then there's a lot of things that we can't too, because we don't get to control the price on. So it's helpful. Even just having something set aside is super helpful when, $500 is better than zero.
Right.
So
coming up the 29th, right?
Correct. Yep. So Wednesday the 29th at 5 o'clock at our funeral home. It'll be in the evening. We'll have some light refreshments. It's very, very relaxed.
All right. So keep us informed on different events and things, outings you guys have. Because, it's not the favorite topic that people want to talk about, but it is one of the guaranteed things in life that we do have to deal with at some point.
Yep, absolutely. And we're always available for anybody to give us a phone call. Funeral home, like I said, we have an answering service. Most of the time we're there also. So I'm always liking to talk to people. My husband says I talk too much. So.
Yeah, and I feel more comfortable calling a funeral home than stopping in.
You never know what's going on.
Right.
People say, well, there was a car out front. I'm like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
So.
Or I don't want to disrupt something else going on.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in, and we look forward to learning more about you as we continue on.
Well, thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate it.